Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur neuen Folge von Vampyr. Wir wurden letztes Mal von einem anderen Vampir, sage ich jetzt mal blöd, angemacht. Und jetzt gehen wir, obwohl wir auf dem Weg zu Mary waren. Und jetzt gehen wir rein.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Das ist eine persönliche Angelegenheit. Ich brauche niemanden, der mich anhört. Ich brauche keine Gesellschaft.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
Meine Worte gelten einer Verstorbenen. Es ist ein privates Anliegen. Es ist eine private Angelegenheit. Ja, komm, wir schütten Ihnen das Herz mal aus.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Sie war meine Schwester, sie war jemand, der mir viel bedeutet hat. Es spielt keine Rolle. Ja, es ist beides, ne? Richtig.
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Sie wurde ermordet, es war ein Unfall. Sie wurde zur Ruhe gebettet. Wenn er jetzt sagt, es war ein Unfall, sagt er danach, dass er sie aus Versehen umgebracht hat, weil er ein Vampir ist? Oder hier? Was macht man denn da? Es war ein Unfall.
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Ich fühle mich verantwortlich. Sie ist meinetwegen gestorben. Ich wünschte, ich könnte es alles vergessen. Ne, er sagt das dann.
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
Ich werde den Verantwortlichen finden. Ich schwöre, ich war es nicht. Bitte verzeih mir.
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been hurt, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
So. Oh, auf nach Driftig mit Swansea.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Ach, der... Okay. Wie war das? Ach, das war ja...
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reid?
What do you know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday. Nobody has seen them since. I worry about them, in case bad things happen.
Okay.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
I don't know what's like a secret or a plot I must reveal.
Laufe ich eigentlich gerade richtig?
We distribute flowers at this hour.
Ah, das ist der.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reid from the Pembroke.
The doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, could I say? A live tenant's a paying tenant.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
Wieso überzeugt mich Ihre Antwort nicht?
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
Mal sehen, warum wirken Sie so fröhlich?
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
Ist er wirklich gesund? Ja, du bist nicht wirklich gesund. Du bist krank. Was für ein Geschäft betreiben Sie genau?
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
Aha. Dachte ich mir doch sowas, wie der angezogen ist. Gut, manche Leute sind auch angezogen, aber egal. Sie übervorurteilen sie. Es gibt immer notwendige Übel. Sie sind eine abstoßende Person.
You obviously place yourself above the misery of Whitechapel, but you are as repellent an individual as I have ever met.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Ihre Gedanken über die Lage in London.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
So, dann haben wir noch die letzte Frage. Wie könnte ich Ihrem Geschäft eine Hilfe sein?
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reid, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
Sie sehen verachtenswert. Geld interessiert mich nicht. Ich will keinen so dubiosen Partner. Geld interessiert mich nicht.
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you and take what I require. If that should happen, there will be no need for a middleman.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reid tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swanborough shit.
Kann man Ihnen was auch Persönliches fragen? Denken Sie immer noch an den Angriff?
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. Made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you.
Eigentlich könnte eine so einer gleich um die Ecke gebracht, oder?
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Warte, ich muss bei der Dame... Ja doch, passt schon darunter. Hm. Mit denen haben wir noch nicht geredet.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Maybe you could help me.
Alter, das sieht aus wie sein Vater.
Palmer. As in Benjamin Palmer.
Unfortunately, the bastard was my father. Dead in the gutter, killed by some arsehole while drunk.
Die Gang hat deine Bewegung angenommen. Na,
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Never heard of her.
I found the man you were looking for. I'm afraid I have bad news. He's dead.
What do I care? I'm with the Wet Boot Boys anyway. Won't take me long, and I'll have his rank too.
okay. Was juckt ihn? Irgendwann muss jeder mal sterben. Ja, das ist richtig, aber... Er war auch nicht der beste Vater, will ich mal sagen, oder? Wie ist das Leben als Gangmitglied?
So you successfully joined a gang. I'm curious, how did you manage that?
They were already interested in recruiting me, you know. They only needed proof of my determination. And then... my dad died.
I'm afraid I see the twisted logic here. You let them believe you did it, didn't you?
Let's just say I don't deny it. Everyone thinks I'm a thug. Have a gun and all. How good is that?
Eine Knarre macht dich nicht zum Mörder. Du bist nur einer von vielen. Schäm dich. Du bist nur einer von vielen.
You're just one of many criminals on these streets. Another member of the pack.
Be careful how you talk to me. I've Otherwise, the next time you hear a gunshot in Whitechapel, it'll be the last thing you hear. Now fuck off.
Wie ist die Lage in Whitechapel?
How are things in Whitechapel?
People run around like chickens with their heads cut off, then they stop and die. But not me. Nah.
Warum nicht helfen?
Why don't you help them if you're so brave?
I can be protective. I can be very protective. If the money's right.
Wofür flüchten die Leute?
What are people running from?
From me, for instance. I mean, I'm brave and I've got heart, but don't get me riled, right?
Okay. Persönliche Frage. Wo sind deine Anführer über Benjamins Tod?
And what about Benjamin's death?
Who cares? Life is for the living. We'll end up 6 feet under. Let's grab what's ours before we meet the Reaper. Life's too short.
Ja, das Leben ist kostbar. Du wirst nicht alt werden. Du solltest über deine Taten nachdenken.
A great Irish author recently wrote, "There are only 2 tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. You should think about that."
Fuck you! No one speaks to Albert Palmer like that.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Auf Wiedersehen wird automatisch genommen, okay.
Good evening, Albert.
Well, it's Mr. Palmer to you. I have a reputation to maintain.
Für sie Mister. Alter. Der Kerl, Alter.
I know you have an appointment with the Wet Boot Boys leaders, Albert. Where are they?
The meeting was cancelled. The gang's in a right mess since Clay vanished. He ran things, Clay Cox. Others have either died or disappeared.
Du solltest die Gang besser verlassen. Du bedeutest ihnen nichts. Was ist mit der Gang?
Don't you realize they don't care about you? In a few days, weeks, you'll be back on the streets. Abandon them before they abandon you.
I can't. They're the only family I have left. The only place I can go now.
Das ist eine einzige Zuflucht, okay. Wir wollen noch mal ein bisschen leben lassen.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Aber vielleicht muss man ihn irgendwann mal erlösen. Wer weiß. Laufe ich eigentlich richtig? Ich glaube schon. Ich glaube, es ist irgendwie falsch gelaufen. Oder ich glaube, ich bin irgendwie falsch. Ich bin falsch gelaufen. Weil ich kann mich nicht erinnern, dass wir in dem Bereich schon mal waren. Oder außer jetzt dann sind da noch mehr von den Leuten dort. Wer weiß. Mhm. Kurz die Musik weg. Okay. Hat einen Hänger gehabt oder was? Wo sind wir denn? Ich bin 200 Meter entfernt. Ich muss umdrehen. Warte. Nee. Wenn ich jetzt in der Richtung laufe, doch passt schon. Ich muss jetzt dann da lang und danach rechts. Und da geradeaus weiter. Ich brauch Blut. Ja, ich habe nichts gesehen mehr. Okay. So, ich muss einfach da entlang. Der mit seinem Kruzifix, er musste als erstes drauf. Muss sterben. Die anderen sind kein Problem. Treffen, Junge. Schmiermittel. Aha. Was haben wir da in der Mülltonne? Ich habe ein Grunzen gehört, aber okay. Komm mal hoch. Grenade? Du Scheiß mit deinem Kruzifix hier. Stirb jetzt an. Ja. So, erstmal sammeln gehen. Habe ich denn schon sein Zeug aufgehoben? Scheint so. Ja. Gehen wir jetzt dann erstmal zu Swansea. Zu Swansea.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You, I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Okay. Schluss mit deinen Rätseln. Wer bist du? Warum ich? Er hat eigentlich gesagt, er ist so gewesen unser Schöpfer. Warum ich?
You selected me, chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion.
Okay.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
Wir sollen die Wahrheit
So the
herausfinden.
vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
So. Aber ich würde sagen, wie es hier weitergeht, das erfahrt ihr in der nächsten Folge. Ich sage vielen herzlichen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein. Ciao.